I've been a longtime fan of the broadcast, and it fills me with joy whenever I hear you speak about AJ Styles, my favorite wrestler of the modern era and possibly of all time, with such high regard. That said, I was curious if it's a situation where even a let me read this again. Where even a cracker tastes like a culinary masterpiece to a starving man, or if you genuinely enjoy AJ's work. Furthermore, do you feel AJ would have been a star were he supplanted into the 70s or 80s, or if he would have been too small to even be a main event player back then in spite of his talent?
Well, I want the record to show that also I'm not the one that called AJ Styles a cracker. Just to, have that on record. No, first of all, I liked AJ's talent. AJ is so smooth. He looks good. He looks athletic. I don't mind. Now, I saw him early in his career. I think he did like a tryout in Cincinnati, like in the year 2000, when Les Thatcher's HWA was still part of the developmental system. And I mean, how old would he have been then? How old is he? He would have been 20 years old or whatever. And he looked like he was in grade school. And he was one of those guys that need to go away and grow up, because it wasn't going to happen then. But he not only is in such great physical condition, but he looks good for his height. He's got a great body type. Plus, he's so explosive. He's so athletic. He can do all that shit. He doesn't need to dive. He can. I'm not. That Pele kick fucking thing that he did, that he got over, is just basically fucking flying backwards and fucking throwing your foot in the air. But he had such precision with it. And all of his stuff looks good. And he's on time. And he doesn't hurt anybody, except when they don't know how to take his fucking gimmick. I like his work and his work ethic. And he's a great kid. While I was in TNA, his promos were still, but then he worked with Flair after that, and just being around Flair, even though, I mean, AJ's booking in TNA was not really exceptionally better or worse than anybody else's, which was usually always suspect. And but he might not have been able to develop faster or at all in the WWF system. So at least he had a place, and I thought he was there too long. He'd been ready to leave before he did, and either get over in New Japan or WWF or whatever. But finally, he's ended up in the right place while he can capitalize on it. So, I'm happy about that. I will say that I don't want to out anybody publicly, but I'm afraid he's a Republican, just from things he said to me back in 2008 in TNA. But otherwise than that, I can't find any fault with AJ Styles.
Yeah, you didn't see the Hall of Fame that the WWE just produced when Kid Rock was giving his speech. And overall, it was a nice speech where he was really appreciative, but he did get that shot in there about whatever it was, body slamming Democrats. And They cut to the crowd, and AJ Styles is jumping out of his seat.
Oh, God. Yeah. All right. Well, but besides that, I like AJ, but he's from Georgia, so these things happen.
One of the funniest things ever, I don't know if you would have ever heard this. He was on Wrestling Observer Live, I think, years ago, and he's taking phone calls, and he gets a phone call from some guy who goes, "Hi, AJ, I just want to know how you feel about your popularity amongst the gay community." And you hear AJ just go, "The gay community?" Like, he gets really upset. So, I think it's on YouTube. You can go check out AJ Styles, The Gay Community, and see that.